Hello friends and viewers. Today I Satyam Kharnar and my friend Kushal Shah are going to talk about various converters that are used in digital logic and design. In the following video, we are going to make three major converters and study their formation using various logic gates. The first converter that we are going to make is BCD to XS3 code converter. The second converter that we are going to make is binary to gray code converter, and the third converter is gray code to binary converter. So let us skim through the basics of these codes and how are they used. The first code which we used is the binary code, which can be simply found by transforming a given number to that of its base 2 form. The second one which we have used is the XS3 code. Any code in binary form if added with the binary equivalent of 3, that is 0011, it is called XS3 code. XS3 is useful since obtaining 9's complement of a BCD number becomes easy if you represent a number in XS3 code, and hence you can easily compute subtractions involving 9. Gray code is an ordering of the binary numeral system such that two successive values differ in only one bit, that is one binary digit. And the third form of code, that is gray codes, have an application in ADC, that is analog to digital converter designing. They are used to encode the position of a motor. Now let us see the prerequisites and materials used for practical implementation of these circuits. The first thing that was prerequisite was the knowledge of K-maps and Boolean algebra, that is Carnot maps and Boolean algebra. The second thing was knowledge of breadboard circuits. Third thing was the application and usage of various logic gates like XOR, XNOR and all. And the fourth thing that was required was methodology of combinational circuits, that is the basic methodology. Now let us pave our way into the first conversion that we did. It was from BCD to XS3 code conversion. So on the first slide we can see the truth table for BCD to XS3 converter. Here you can see on the left side we have BCD code and on the right side we have XS3 code. XS3 code is just the addition of 0011, that is binary equivalent of 3 to the BCD code. For example, for the BCD code 0001 we have XS3 code as 0100, that is addition of 3, and X here represents the don't care conditions which can be seen for the last 6 cases of XS3. Now we can see that we have made the K-maps using the last truth table that we saw. In this you can see we have made 4 individual K-maps for the individual bits, that is W, X, Y and Z. And in that we can find the simplified expressions for W, X, Y and Z using the grouping theory for K-maps by grouping the ones and don't cares. And as you can see, by grouping we got X equals to B bar C plus B bar D plus B C bar D bar. Y equals to C D plus C bar D bar, that is C X NOR D. W equals to A plus BC plus BD. And Z equals to D bar. From the simplification of Carnot map in the last slide, we can see the minimized Boolean expressions for XS3 code bits, that is W equals to A plus BC plus BD, X equals to B bar C plus B bar D plus B C bar D bar, Y equals to CD plus C bar D bar, and Z equals to D bar. So finally we can see the logic gate representation of the circuit. As you can see, we are getting 4 bits, that is W, X, Y and Z, and the input bits, that is A, B, C and D. From the expressions that we had obtained in the last slide, we have implemented that same circuit using NOT gate, AND gate and OR gates, and the same logical expressions that we had got in the last slide. In the lab we had implemented the same circuit using LEDs, resistors, wires, breadboard and various logic gates.
Now we will study the conversion between binary to gray code. As we know, gray code is nothing but change in only one bit between successive values. Here we have shown the truth table for binary to gray code conversion. Our next step is to plot the K-maps for the individual output units. So here we have shown the K-maps for G0, G1, G2 and G3. Using the K-maps, we will write the minimized Boolean expressions for binary to gray code. Here we can see that G0 equal to B0 B1 dash plus B0 dash B1, which is nothing but the XOR of B0 and B1. Similarly, we have G1 equal to XOR of B1 and B2, and G2 equals to XOR of B2 and B3, whereas G3 is equal to B3. Using those Boolean expressions, we will build our circuit using logic gates. For this circuit, we only require 3 XOR gates. As you can see, we have the input units on the left hand side and the output units on the right side. In this way, our circuit can be represented using logic gates. Our next and final conversion is from gray code to binary. This is just the reverse of our previous conversion. Here we have shown the truth table for gray code to binary code. Our next step is to plot the K-maps for individual output bits B0, B1, B2 and B3. The K-map of B0 might seem tricky at first, but it can be figured out easily. We can observe that the value of B0 is equal to 1 when odd number of input bits are equal to 1. Thus, it clearly indicates that B0 is nothing but the XOR sum of the input units. The K-map of B3 is equal to the K-map of G3 that we observed in the previous conversion. Using the K-maps, we will write the minimized Boolean expressions for gray code to binary. As observed in the previous slide, B0 is nothing but the XOR sum of the input units. B1 is the XOR sum of G3, G2 and G1. B2 is the XOR sum of G3 and G2, whereas B3 is equal to G3. Our final step is to build the circuit using logic gates. The best way to represent the circuit is using only 3 XOR gates. It can be done in the following manner. The output of XOR of G3 and G2 is supplied to G1. Similarly, output of corresponding XOR is supplied to G0 and subsequently their XOR is done. In this way, circuit can be implemented avoiding unnecessary delay.